In this video we'll show you how we can create contours where there are decision points and where we may have to split items to create the contours required. So if I just zoom in on this shape, this is the part that we want to create the contours. So if I go into CNC mode and choose the top line as a starting point for the contour, then I can set my Z surface, which is the top of the job, and the depth of the contour there. The shape is closed, so the end point will be the same as the beginning. So what then happens is that it gets to the end of this line and it sees a line going down there and the arc, and it doesn't know which one to follow, so you need to tell it. So we click on that one, and the same thing applies here. It sees a line there and a line going down, and then the same thing all the way around here. The system will automatically pan across to the position where there is a decision point to allow you to see exactly the thing. Okay, so that's created the contour there. Now supposing we wanted to create a contour which came down this route here rather than going round the part that we've just created. So if I undo that contour creation and we zoom in on this area here, what we'd probably need to do was use the intersect with split routine. So I choose intersect with split to split that line where it meets the arc. That will then produce two lines, a small one there and a larger one. So when it gets to this point I can choose whether to go here or down there. And we'll do the same thing here. Okay, so what this is telling me is that the selected items do not intersect. So if this has been drawn and the items don't intersect, it means they don't intersect. So we're going to 7 decimal places here, so it needs to be absolutely spot on. So the easiest thing to do there, if you don't know the size of the radius, is just to dimension it. Okay, so it's 0.125. So if I undo that, so if I delete that arc out and then use the fillet routine, clip first to second, so the first item will be clipped, which is this line, and then the arc will be drawn up to that point. So now I know that they absolutely do intersect. Now I can use the intersect routine and split them. So now when I create my contours, I can do the first one here, zoom in so I can see what I'm doing. Gets to that decision point that I just created, and at this stage I want to follow this line. And that's created that contour. Now I want another contour, this time which will be the whole thing. So there, and the depth in this case will be deeper. So again, it gets these decision points, so I have to tell it which way to go. And at this stage you really do need to zoom in quite close so you can see what you're doing. Now choose that arc, and then choose that arc. Okay, if it's already part of it, it just tells you. Okay, so now we've got two contours, one which terminates just in this area here and another one there. So you sometimes have to modify the geometry and introduce decision points so that the contour creation will allow you to choose which direction you actually want to go.